So if you ever wanted to offer like size, color, material, and several options in your listings, but your variation profiles didn't really allow that and you end up breaking these listings into duplicate listings or complication variation combinations that nobody can understand, Etsy is fixing that for you. The variation cap is going from 2 to 3 per listing and it's happening soon. Stick with me for next few minutes and I'll explain what's changing, the one catch you need to know about, and what you need to do this week to be ready. Hey, I'm Neha. On this channel, I help Etsy sellers run smoother shops, and this is part 2 of the video about Etsy changes dropping this spring. If you missed video 1 on the new personalization system that replaced the single text box, the link is in the description. In this video, we are covering variations. So here's one sentence version. Today Etsy caps variations per 2 per listing. So if you want to sell color per size or size and material, but not all 3. On June 1st, this cap is going up to 3. That sounds simple, but the impact is huge if you sell anything where buyers want real choice. Here's what becomes possible. A piece of jewelry that can be size, metal, and gemstone all in one listing. Pretty item can be size, color, and finish. Everything is covered in one listing. If you've been splitting different variations across duplicate listings just to cover all possible combinations, this change is what you have been waiting for. This will allow all the traffic that was previously distributed on different type of your duplicated listings into one listing, actually enabling you to sell more of the same particular listing. Now here's the catch, and it's important. The third variation has to come from Etsy's predefined property list for your category of the listing. It has to use Etsy's predefined values. So what that means in practice. So if your properties has color as a value with red, blue, black, you can pick that as your third options because that's one of Etsy's predefined values. So if you wanted to offer something custom like my special style and a color name that you made up, that has to be in your first and second option, not your third. The first 2 stays flexible. Custom names and custom values still work there. It's only the new third slot that has this limitation of Etsy predefined value. To be honest, can be limiting because sometimes I choose color and it doesn't have all the colors I need. Is Etsy actually gonna update all their color variations to match like the 50,000 color variations that say print on demand provider? The jury is still out. We will see what they do. My guess is no. But here's the upside, which actually almost balances this limitation. Because the Etsy's third variation uses Etsy's predefined values, your listings automatically show up in the search results when somebody searches for those particular items, like blue t-shirt. Etsy doesn't have to interpret your variation name. They are actually using something they have predefined. So this might work in your favor. That's the discoverability that you simply don't get with your custom variations right now. If you've been struggling to get found on category searches, this change is going to help your shop. So 3 things to do this week to be ready by June 1st. 1. List the listings where you always wanted a third variation. Maybe it's a print where you wanted like size and framing options or other things. Maybe it's a piece of jewelry where you wanted metal, gemstone, or other things. Just pick one listing that you want to change into 3 variations. Second step is to actually figure out what the third variation is going to be. Because it is one of the predefined settings from Etsy, your list is going to be limited here. But if you can utilize this third option and also get found in search, it's a win-win. So 1, find a listing where you always wanted third variation and which will simplify the structure of the listing. Second, figure out what the third variation is going to be like. So 1, 2, and 3 variation for that listing. Third step, check Etsy if it's a predefined value or not and which variation is going to be first, second, or third. So Etsy is not flipping the switch until June 1st. This is just to get you prepared. One quick tip to actually get over this change, because if you have hundreds of listings and you don't want to update each one of them, you can use profiles in Listadom and attach it to your listing. In profiles, we will be updating this third variation options, and it will be a one-click update for everything that can be connected to that profile. So quick recap on this video. The Etsy's variation cap is going from 2 to 3 on June 1st. The third slot uses Etsy's predefined options, but in return you get search filter visibility. So your homework is to just go through your listings, audit them, figure out which one is going to be your first, second, or third listing, confirm if it's a predefined variation option or not. If you missed the other big change happening on Etsy right now, the personalization box is being replaced by 5 questions per listing a text box, a drop down, and a file upload. Link to that video is on the screen and in the description. Watch them both and your shop will be ready for the cleanest spring rollout. Hit subscribe. I'll post the moment this new change goes live, and comment below on what Etsy's third variation option you're going to choose first. I'm curious to know what you've been waiting to expand and your thoughts on this change from Etsy. So see you in the next one.